Hello friends, you're watching India Today Tech, and this video I'm going to unbox the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. It is the latest mid-segment phone from Samsung that is priced at 33,000 rupees and will be available exclusively on Amazon.in starting January 20th. At the back you can see the specs of the phone. It comes with an infinity display. It's not a curved display like the Galaxy S8, but it has very thin bezels. Another USP of the phone is that it comes with a dual camera at the front with 16 megapixel and 8 megapixel sensors and has 6 GB of onboard RAM with 64 GB of expandable storage. The phone has 16 megapixel camera in the rear as well and a 35,000 mAh battery. It is also IP68 water and dust resistant like the Galaxy A7 and the A5 launched last year. So let's quickly unbox the phone and we'll take a look at the full specs and also the phone itself. Okay, so here we have the quick start guide first up, which is quite strange as we are used to seeing phones straight up front. But anyways, let's take the phone out of the box and we'll take a look at the other contents later on. So the first thing I get to feel about the device is that it's quite heavy. It's heavier than the A7 I think, and more near the Galaxy Note 8. This is probably because Samsung had to put in a bezel-less design, which requires some design changes. Also, let's go around the ports. At the bottom we have a Type-C port for charging and data transfer, a primary mic and a headphone jack. There are antenna lines, as you can see, which means that the phone has a metal unibody design and a quite sturdy one at that. At the back we have the glass with a single camera, and you will see that the fingerprint scanner is placed below the camera, and it's not like the Galaxy S8 where it is placed beside the camera, which is quite a cumbersome placement. At the top there is a card slot and a secondary microphone. In fact, there is a card slot at the left as well, which means that the micro SD card and the SIM 1 go on the top and the SIM 2 goes on the left, which is a great thing because this is something that is missing on the OnePlus 5T, and many other phones in this price segment don't really have dual SIM support with expandable storage option, which makes the A8 Plus have an upper hand because the phone has been turned on, and as you can see there are very thin bezels at the side as well, though you can't compare it with the Galaxy S8 because it has a curved display and you don't really see the side bezels. But then again, it's quite a bezel-less phone for the price and for the size, so it's of course a great design upgrade from the Galaxy A7 at least. And then there are dual cameras at the front as well, and we'll take a look at them in just a moment. Let's take a look at the box contents. You get a travel adapter with 2 ampere of power rating. There are earphones in the box that are in-ear type and have a gold plated jack, and onboard controls as well for volume and calls, and there is a mic as well on it, so you can use it as hands-free. There is a USB cable which is pretty long and pretty sturdy, and a SIM ejector tool. And okay, so there is a surprise. We have a clear case as well, which is a hard case, though it's slightly bending, but it is a hard case nonetheless, and I think I should not try to bend it so much. So let's put it on the phone and see how it looks. Quite neat and protects the device from scratches. The back is prone to scratches, so after 6 months or so of usage you'll see that the phone gets pretty scratched up from the back, so this is a nice addition. We saw this on Galaxy Note 8, and it's a good thing that Samsung has put it on the A8 Plus as well. So regarding paperwork, there is a quick start guide both in English and Hindi as well, which tells you how to set up the phone, and there is SAR information. So let's take a look at the SAR information as well. It is 0.29 watt per kg for head, which is very less than what the minimum value should be. It's around 1.6 I think. Then there is the warranty card, which says that the warranty is valid only for India, since it's an India box. So now let's take a look at the phone in detail. The Galaxy A8 Plus has a beautiful design. I forgot to mention that it has a speaker grill on the right side like it was given on the A7, and the buttons are also very tactile like on a flagship or any Galaxy phone that you would buy, and the build quality is of course sturdy, as we talked about. Now let's quickly set up the phone and we'll take a look at the interface and performance, and before that let's also take a look at the full specs. So the Galaxy A8 Plus has a 6-inch Super AMOLED screen with 1080p plus resolution, which has an aspect ratio of 18.5:9. Under the hood, the phone has a 2.2 GHz octa-core chipset, the Exynos 7885, which is clubbed with 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage, expandable via microSD card. At the back, the phone has a 16 megapixel camera with f1.7 aperture and face detection autofocus. There's also an LED flash, and the phone can record videos in 1080p. At front, the phone has dual cameras, one with 16 megapixel sensor and the other with 8 megapixel sensor. Both sensors have an f1.9 lens and can be used to fire the portrait mode. For software, the phone comes with Android 7.1.1 out of the box with Samsung's own TouchWiz interface on the top. The phone also packs 3500 mAh battery and supports fast charging. The phone supports IP68 water and dust resistance, which means that you can dunk it in water for up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. On the connectivity front, the phone has dual SIM support, 4G VoLTE, Bluetooth 5.0 and NFC. Okay friends, so I have set up the Galaxy A8 Plus and this is how it looks. Looks kind of boxed up Galaxy Note 8 to me, with a very similar display and a very similar feel in the hand, but with slightly more bezels at the corner, which makes you feel like you have added a box on the Galaxy Note 8. But then again, compared to its price, it's a very new design and something that Samsung has brought down from its flagship devices, so I can't really complain about that right now. But one good thing to happen to the Galaxy A8 Plus is now that the fingerprint scanner is very much accessible when you're using it with one hand. It's very easy, though I found it to be slightly slow. I'll show it to you. It takes a moment to register, but it's very accurate and opens the phone almost every time, and it doesn't really matter if you place your finger slightly on the outside, the phone will open. If you by mistake don't properly put the finger on the top, if the finger doesn't land properly on the top, even then it works. But then again it is slightly slow, so you may have to adjust to that. Next thing is that the phone runs TouchWiz interface, which is again similar to what you get on flagship phones on Samsung. We'll have to test if it is as fast or very near to the experience it can provide on the Galaxy S8. For now I can see that it is fairly responsive and the apps are opening quite fast. Let's try and open a few apps and we'll see how fast they load. I see the animations are reduced to very subtle ones, and you won't see any lag right now, but once the phone is filled with some applications, it might turn slow. Let's check how background applications load in the memory. It has 6 GB of RAM, so it should be able to cache a lot of apps in the background and still be able to run fast, and I think it's pretty smooth, and I think this would be required if Galaxy A8 Plus wants to compete with the Honor V10 or the OnePlus 5T. Surely responsive and fast for now. Since the screen's aspect ratio is same, Samsung has put the same software customizations it has done on the Galaxy S8 or the Note 8. You will see that this bar can be minimized like it was on the other phones, and you can pull it up to make it stay there. Also, there's Bixby on the device, which I kind of find annoying, and then there is stuff like this, which fortunately you can remove from your home screen. But overall, the interface for now seems pretty nice for the price you are getting this at. Okay, so now let's take a look at the phone's rear camera that comes with face detection autofocus, and I find that the focus is quite good and does allow to get very close to the object, which means that the macro shots will be quite good, and the shutter speed is also very fast, and the amount of details taken by the camera is also very nice. You'll see that the edges are very sharp and the color reproduction is also quite accurate, while and the details are also very good. In low light I definitely see there is noise and the details are not that good, and you will also see that the dynamic range is also not that impressive, but we'll see and compare it with other phone cameras in this price range how the A8 Plus fares. So definitely watch out for our next video. I also tested the front camera on the device, which comes with a portrait mode and a normal mode, but then you can see that the portrait mode will slightly reduce the details that you get with the normal mode. So clearly the details and the kind of quality you get is slightly diminished in the portrait mode, but then again the details are quite nice and the color reproduction is also very good, and the low light capability of the front camera also seems to be quite impressive. Here are some other shots taken from the front camera. So this is the Galaxy A8 Plus, guys. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Also, if you have anything to ask about this phone, let me know in the comment section. If you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share this video with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this and to get them as soon as they are uploaded. Thank you for watching.